Do you want me to intro us?
I'll do.
What is it?
41.
41, yeah? Hey, listen! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. It's episode 41 of the Uncleanables Podcast. Here we go again. Myself and Ryan are chatting today about using a booking system. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about our weeks.
Well, hang on. We're going to ask the question to the watchers. Do you or do you not use a booking system, or are you pen and paper? Or do you just use your memory?
Yeah, I've been using my memory for a little bit.
That's why you're
failing.
fucked.
It's failing big time.
I told Dan about something this morning, and then he called me up this afternoon and was like, "What time's that bloke getting here?" I was like, "He ain't getting here. We spoke about it this morning." But anyway, digressing.
Have you thought about upgrading your business this year? SpinnerClean have kindly offered us a 15% discount on all of their internal vacuum range. Whether you're looking to buy a new internal vacuum or even just some accessories for your business to convert what you currently have, now is the time to do it. Using code UNCLEAN15, you can get 15% off any of the internal high-level range on SpinnerClean's website. That includes all of these filters, accessories, and even the conversion kit for the industrial gutter vacuum. That's something I actually have personally, and it has paid for itself 5-6 times over since I've owned it. You can also get the internal vacuum bags, filters for different machines, as well as 15% off their whole range of internal vacuum systems. That is a huge saving on some of them. Even if you're thinking of picking up a new carry bag for your poles, a couple of new poles, or even just the internal vacuum heads, I actually use them for cleaning artificial grass, so that's something else you can use them for and still get 15% off. There's also a range of spare parts. If you've got anything broken on your current machine, now's a great time to take advantage of that 15% discount and get it fixed. From brand new heads all the way down to the little buttons on the front, you can get 15% off. Using code UNCLEAN15 at the checkout to include your 15% discount on all the internal range. Back to the podcast.
How was your week?
Oh, I'm going to go first. Short. I had a wedding on Friday.
Oh, was it good weather Friday? Pissed it down.
It was overcast. It didn't rain like too bad whilst we were there. But I had to leave in the morning to take my wife was a bridesmaid and my daughter was a flower girl, so I had to drop my daughter off
Get all
first
your
thing
hair
in the
and
morning.
makeup and all that. Yeah.
So I stayed overnight with the bride anyway. So I was sitting around doing fuck all for ages. Popped into Maidstone because it was in Kent. Had a little wander around. Maidstone's a shithole.
Really?
Oh mate, it's like worse than Basildon. I'd rather walk around Basildon.
What, it was that bad, yeah?
It was just like the only shops are like Savers, B&Ms and
Mate,
like
what's
empty
going on
shops.
with high streets?
It's ridiculous.
Have you ever gone down a high street and seen a full one? Because I can't remember the last time I seen a full high street.
And this was a shopping mall as well.
Oh mate,
I parked in. Yeah, so that was I bought a pair of £16 socks because I wanted a different pair of socks for my suit. Put them on, hated them, and I'd already left.
One pair of socks for 16 quid?
Yeah.
Oh, you're flaunting that CEO cash, my boy.
Not my proudest moment. But then I worked on Sunday, which was the first time in a long time I've
You had a
worked
great
on
clean on Sunday, you and Keith.
But yeah, we cleaned for Chess, which is a local homeless charity. It was their headquarters where the charity people work, but they also house 8 homeless people at any one time.
Yeah.
So they take them in. They spend 6 months there. They get rehabilitated. They got somewhere to sleep, somewhere to shower.
They're not
somewhere
homeless
to
if
eat.
they home them, are they?
Well,
they're just people.
They rehabilitate them back into
Society.
back into the wild. But they give them somewhere, and then they work on interview skills and try and get them a job, and then obviously eventually get them
There's
their
a lot
own
of homeless
place.
people. Have you ever sit there and actually preyed like a homeless person? It must be fucking awful.
So I absolutely love doing charity work, and I've got nothing bad to say about them. But when we were there, the residents that were there, absolutely lovely, and they were really kind to chatting to us. But there was about 12 people that turned up at the back door, just trying to get in.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But like one of them had like the freshest Adidas tracksuit on you've ever seen in your life. They all had like smoke, tobacco, and all that. There was this other one who was like not in a bad way, but she was fucking massive.
What, a big fat thing?
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, how are you, like, you've got food somewhere, mate.
It costs
money to be big. And
should we just start eating them?
no, my point is, I think the people that are genuinely homeless get lost into the sea of the chances.
Yeah, totally.
And it can be really difficult for these charities to determine. And like, imagine turning someone away and they're going, "Oh, I've got nowhere else to go."
Yeah. How can you do it?
They've all got iPhones as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, you ain't homeless, bro.
See, like, I'm probably I'd get shot to bits for this if I said this on a pedestal. But I don't believe there's poor people in this country, right? Like, okay, if you're homeless, that's totally different bag, yeah? But if you've got, like, if you're on benefits or whatnot and you're in a house, mate, number one, you're in a house. Yeah, you've got central heating, you're having a hot shower every day. Yeah. I know money might be tight, don't get me wrong, yeah? But if you've got an iPhone, a roof above your head, and you've got a fridge on...
You're a wealthy man, bro.
Mate, you ain't doing too bad. Mate, my grandmother grew up on a farm without even central heating, cold showers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, that was... And
that's
she
poor,
weren't poor.
No.
Like, they owned a farm.
Yeah, but that's poor, like, now, yeah.
Fuck, mate, like, when was the last time you walked in a gaff without central heating?
Exactly.
Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of... The lines are very blurred now.
But without getting too, like, deep into that and... you know, getting shot down,
if you ever need help, if anyone's watching, always get like a labourer that's homeless. They work really hard. You can obviously pay them a little bit more, a little bit less, but more importantly, you can drop them off anywhere.
Fucking hell.
No, I'm only joking. I've always bought homeless people food every time I've passed them. I hate to give them money, but I always get them food.
Yeah, I don't give homeless people money.
Yeah,
I'll buy them. If I'm going in to get some food and I've got to walk back past them, I'll pick them something up and just give it to them. And then if they go, "Oh, can I just have the money?" I'll fucking weigh them in.
Do ya?
No, I'm joking. Of course I don't. But that was my Sunday, and then today I had a builder's clean, which was... It went well, but fucking...
I hate builders cleans.
They're just the worst, man. They just make you hate all trades.
Concrete everywhere.
Like it's almost to the point where you've got like little bits of electrical cable stuck to the windows. Like every trade has abused the windows.
Yeah, totally.
And you think like there's like on the outside there's render, there's like concrete from whatever they was doing. Like I don't know if this was just specific to them, but they still had like quite a bit unfinished. So around the windows where they'd filled the gaps with expanding foam, it's all like coming out
all over the frames,
all like towards the frames, to the point where I can't peel the stickers off because it's on top of the stickers. So I'm like cutting the foam back, and then I thought, oh fuck, maybe I'm not supposed to do that.
Do you think it's all a bit like? I'm not trying to dig that guy's house out because I visited it. It's a really nice house, right? But however, expanding foam's used on all new builds, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just so budget, like expanding foam?
It is, in a sense.
Like I've seen expanding foam used on door surrounds, right?
But what else would you use?
Well, pack it out properly with timber.
Yeah, but then like, arguably the expanding foam would be better for losing heat.
It's better for insulation, but it gets to the point where, okay, if you're filling a 5 or 10 mil gap, maybe 15 mil gap, yeah, fair enough. Expanding foam or cork it or seal it or whatever, right? But my argument is, I've seen it like filling gaps, mate. I mean like 30, 40
like
mil.
cavities.
Cavities, yeah. And you think like, geez, like the window don't fit. You can't just whack a load of expanding foam in it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like when the door slams as well, like I know a lot of people like forget about this. Like doors obviously slam over time, right? And they slam and then the wind catches them. Have a look at all your surrounds, mate. I bet everything's cracking and coming away.
Yeah, especially if it's a new build, yeah. There's nothing holding it in, is there?
Mate, it's
bit of foam. But the other thing that really got me a bit annoyed was the renderers they'd rendered nicely, but they'd rendered up to the window frame on top of the fucking stickers.
Yeah, so you can't peel the sticker off. And if you peeled it off, run the risk of ripping out a little bit of the render.
Yeah, so I've had to cut like down on a little bit of the render. Like I've not brought it back, but like just the bit that was on. There's still sticker underneath the render, but just to give it like a straight edge, but you can still see it.
Yeah, it's all them not my job merchants, isn't it? That's what it is. Oh, not my job.
But then I feel like I'm joining the parade circus by going. I'm saying to him, look, this has happened, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me. And it's like, I'm just adding to not my problem.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
like,
then you can't fix it all.
I'm the last one, innit? Really?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Like when I done the inside, because I cleaned the inside of this. When I cleaned the inside, there was boxes and boxes of tiles all in the living room, and I thought to myself, and I had a woman helping me, and I thought to myself, let's say there was 2 women here, right? Are we moving 180 kilos of tiles?
Yeah.
No. I thought, I'm not here to lug around stuff.
Exactly.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's an element of like, come on, mate, like, respect me and I'll respect you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a nice house, though.
Yeah, it's a lovely house. Big old pool in it.
Lovely.
Right, okay, here we go.
Oh no, what about your week?
Whatever, listen, my week is very good, isn't it? No, my week was all right. I was ill the week before, and then I was playing catch up. I had a 100 and something square metre pressure washing job, which I knocked out. The woman was over the moon. And then a neighbour, I was washing the neighbour's car down because obviously all the shit had flown over. And the old girl come out and I said, I'm just cleaning your motor down. She said, that's all right, no worries. She said, can you give me a price as well, please? Mate, her red brick block paving driveway was now black.
I love them ones.
You know, it must be like over 20 years.
I love them. Now you'd be surprised how quick it goes like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, of course. And it you know, like almost it took me by surprise. I was actually trying to find the colour. Like I was trying to find a brick somewhere like I can actually get the colour. And it was red. And I thought, whoa. So anyway, I priced up front, back and sides. That was over 100 as well. And yeah, she's agreed, so I need to go and knock that out. That would be a nice long day. And then, yeah, I've got the water tank up and running. First job today, earned its money today.
Beautiful.
Yeah, soffit, fascia, gutter empty, and conservatory clean.
Big old job for you today, wasn't it?
It was, to be fair with you. It was, but it's handy cutting your teeth and learning with you.
Yeah.
Because you know what order to do things in, and silly. I know it sounds silly, but you do. So you don't really run the risk of making mistakes. And yeah, so earned its money today. I was really pleased with that. I've noticed though, I've started noticing little problems with bits and pieces. Like I mentioned to Ryan earlier, I've got the threaded brush head. And when you're doing soffits and fascias and you're like getting in all the nooks and crannies, it kept on undoing, which is annoying. So
I think if you tighten that up though, that would stop happening.
I might,
if
I might bang a bit on it. I might bang a bit of CT1 on it.
But or
on the thread.
You could probably just put some PTFE on it.
Yeah, that might do it as well. But yeah, on the windows was absolutely golden.
Or Loctite.
And more importantly, big man, no leaks. Let's go, my boy. Yeah, so I was over the moon about that, no leaks.
What, on your tank, you mean?
On my tank, on everything.
Because I'll put it together.
Come on, my boy. Yeah,
saying that mine's leaking horrendously.
On one of the videos is coming up, you can see the tank build that we've done. So
no, it'll be out by the time this...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it comes out on Wednesday.
So Wednesday just gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was good. And then I'm with you tomorrow. And then I've got a couple of other bits and pieces. Now I've got the tank up and running. I'm going to start doing the cleaning round. I've got 500 leaflets.
You got a new van. Well, you didn't get a new van, but like
I've got a swap over. I've got a Vivaro now.
So slightly bigger. So I think this is going to open your eyes to you wanting, because Dan's issue is he loved his little van.
Yeah, the little van was the governor.
He could park it anywhere.
That was the selling point, innit?
Was that?
No, that was down the road.
And yeah, he was going, oh, when I get a new van, I'm going to get the same thing and get the same thing. I'm like, bruv, you're not going to get the same thing. It's not going to happen. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'm going to get the same thing. But now you've got the bigger van, you're going to be using it. I think you'll very quickly fill it up. Especially with the tank in it.
Yeah, totally. So so my logic now is the tank's going to live on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never had that space to begin with. So the tank's going to live on it. And then obviously...
It's done you a favour, really, isn't it?
Massive. Yeah, it's done me a proper living. And now obviously...
Some people might say that like getting a bigger van might be beneficial to your business.
No, it is beneficial. It is. It's more beneficial to me because ultimately it's free at the end of the day. And at the minute it is anyway. But yeah, no, it's good, mate. It's good. I'm really, really pleased with it. Just need to, like I said, get the round up and running. I've got 500 leaflets I need to distribute. Distribute or distribute? Distribute.
Same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, hand them out. That's so the leaflets I've done are offering a free clean for the first one.
Be interesting to see how that goes, because a lot of
horrifically, I reckon. I'm going to get 500 phone calls.
Well, a lot of people like you just get the piss taken out of you, and I think like someone will take the piss.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
But as long as you go into it knowing that someone will take the piss, I don't see you losing.
See, right. So I'm under this illusion. This is a very good point, right? I've always done this, right? I've always sat there and I thought to myself, you know, like when you go home, right? I know it's different now. Like I've got a missus and all the rest of it. But before, I didn't care about going home because I was on my own. So if I'd be down here, and if something was taking me to 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I didn't care because I've got nothing to go home for. So when I wake up and I'm not working, I don't see the harm in doing free work.
No.
Because it's going to pay dividends in the end.
Well, you made a great point to Jordan on the pool cleaner episode. Would you spend two cleans to get 10?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
So for every 10 you get, you might have 2 that take the piss, but you've got 10 that then will join the round. And realistically, if you price a couple of quid more than you would normally, that first clean will be
evened out
over the course of the year.
Yeah.
But that might not work out. But
it's just how you want to how you dress it up. I think how you sugar the pill. You know what I mean? You can go, oh mate, I'm not doing free work, but you think to yourself,
yeah, it ain't really free.
It's not free because I'm gonna have them.
You're gonna get the data as well.
I'm going to get the data. I'm going to have them, and probably when I'm there, after a couple of, well, even today, even the soffit and fascia, he said, mate, how much to do the front and back driveway?
I'm going to do the same thing when my new website's live as well. First free clean.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I'm just gonna run with it.
Mate,
if someone inquires, not from a leaflet or whatever, I'm just going to say, we'll do the first one for free.
If any of my other ideas you want to copy, mate, just fill your boots. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't mind giving you.
I think if we go back a few episodes, mate, I might have brought it up before you printed your leaflets.
Mate, I've had them printed and sat on my bedside.
After I came up with the idea.
Oh, did you?
Did we not have an episode about fucking Netflix?
Mate, do you want to have a scrap?
Mate, you've got no good ideas, yeah? They're all my ideas. No, but we're all going to work together anyway, so what difference does it make? But yeah, I think I'm just going to do that.
Totally. You will get piss takers.
I think if you're up front with it, and you say, if you're joining the regular round, we do your first clean for free. If you just want a one-off...
That's a good way of saying it.
It's this much money. And I think people will appreciate the honesty. And if they don't, I just think it's more for them, man. You're a cunt. It's got nothing to do with me. You've taken a liberty with me.
Yeah.
Out of the goodness of my heart. Don't... something will happen to you, mate.
Yeah, it's on you, innit? It's on you, for sure.
100%. Right, before we get into today's topic, I just want to talk about the cleaning awards. Now, if you want a trophy like this, go to the website cleaningawards.co.uk. Enter. There's 9 different categories, I believe.
Yeah, 9.
This one is Pressure Washing Company of the Year, curbside cleaning. You'll be pleased to know that I'm not going to be entering because I think that's a bit immoral.
Who's going to come last then?
You. But we're going to do the judging in
I love this.
November.
This is awesome.
It's good, isn't it?
So if I join now, will the draw be November?
Yeah.
Hey, mate, I'm coming for this.
Right, I've had...
Because I am number 1 exterior cleaning.
About 30 people enter, but I've had no one actually put forward their entry yet.
Yeah?
So you enter on the website and you say, I want to be involved. And then you've got to answer. There's a set of guideline questions. You answer the questions either in a video, text format, whatever you want to do. Send it over. You're in the draw.
Easy.
It's completely free.
Have they all got the chips on?
No, I dropped mine.
Love that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enter it, guys. I'm gonna enter. It's free, isn't it?
Free.
Yeah, I'm gonna enter it. 100%.
Absolutely free. And if you've got any questions, just reach out. We'll answer them. But it's pretty self-explanatory.
Let's go. Right. Booking systems.
Now, I was on Jake Smout's live stream a couple of Mondays ago, and to my shock horror, I found out that Big Jake Smout, who does a lot of work, and he's fully booked for until end of August, I think he said, he uses pen and paper.
Yeah, totally. I can get behind that.
I just think that is wild. So
Why?
he hasn't got any of his customers' data. Can't follow up with any of them because they're written on a bit of paper.
Yeah, he just flicks back the pages, bruv.
No, bro. How are you going to send out a bulk message to your last 500 customers?
You can't.
No, you can't. So how much money are you leaving on the table by not doing that?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. But then if you're booked up till August, I don't think he's stressing too much.
No, but we've had this conversation before. So although he's busy now, there will come a time where he's less busy, where doing something like an email blast or a text blast can fill that that lapse in the diary, and he's just taken on a staff member as well. So now he's got the responsibility to pay that guy whether he's busy or not. So this time of year, obviously, work is affluent. But is it going to be as busy come October, November when the rains kick in and it gets a bit colder?
Yeah, but is he taking that geezer on full time?
Yeah.
He has, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, listen,
Taking the big plunge.
he's not an idiot though, is he?
No, he's not. But what I'm saying is it just got me thinking about, how people, what are the benefits of a booking system? And, we should have reached out to a booking system before doing this and try and get a sponsorship or something. What are the benefits of using a booking system? So, personally, I can't think of one benefit over pen and paper than using a booking system, apart from it's free.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're stressing about 30, 40 quid a month, you're in the wrong game, big man.
No, I disagree. It's just how your brain, I think it's actually how your brain works, personally.
Explain.
So I used to do property, and I had a paper diary, right? And when you're in, every office has got their own, what's it called? CRM.
Yeah.
Customer record management or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it stands for. I
So
just call it CRM.
So every shop's got their own CRM, and they're like, right, you got to put this on the system. You got to put this on the system. But I always used to have a paper diary, right? So every office has a CRM, but I always had a paper diary, and I always found it more beneficial, personally, to go on it. And I found it like,
but hang on, you're talking. How is it more beneficial? It's not beneficial. It's just if you'd only ever been trained on an online diary, you wouldn't even consider writing on pen and paper. But it's because you were brought up or trained originally, or it was the most comfortable option to you. That's why you prefer pen and paper. It's not what you prefer. Why is it more beneficial? What plus sides are there to it over and above the online booking system? Because
I found it faster. Believe it or not.
To be fair, it would be faster.
Do you know what I mean?
You can just flick open your book and write it down.
Yeah, totally. I found it faster. Also, I can read it any time. I don't need an internet access, and I don't need my phone on me.
True.
Yeah, I know that's. I mean, who hasn't got their phone on?
In this day and age, the internet access isn't really an issue, but it would have been 5 years ago.
Exactly. But like little things like that, and also it always came with me. Do you know what I mean? It was always with me or in the car. So even if I went to an appointment, they were like, "Oh, did you? We see another one with you?" And I go, "Oh, when was that?" And they go, "Oh, last Tuesday." And I can flick through and go, "Oh yeah, yeah, of course, that was that," or whatever. Do you see what I mean? But I always got on with a pen and paper.
Did you ever lose your diary?
No, but I can imagine that would be catastrophic. To be honest with you,
end of the road, wouldn't it?
It's game over. Yeah, it is game over. But then it's. Yeah,
hang on, I know someone's going to be like, yeah, but the fucking website could go down. Yeah, but the data's not missing. The data's there.
Yeah, it's. I think it is just how you see it.
So the reason I'm so against pen and paper, right? There's a number of very, very key points as to why I'm against it, right? First and foremost, you can lose that diary. It's not going to get stolen, is it? I was going to steal a diary. Or maybe a competitor might steal your diary. I'll fuck you up. But you could lose it. You could spill a coffee on it and not be able to read any of the writing.
Yeah.
It could fall in your water tank. Whatever.
But that can all happen to your phone.
Yeah, but I don't lose my data on my phone. It's online.
Yeah, but even so, you're still buggered that day, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not talking about buggered. Like, if you lost your diary, you're not buggered that day. You're buggered forever.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm buggered until I get home and I can go on the computer. Or, in my case, I pay for a premium and I can drive to the O2 shop and get a new phone.
Yeah.
So I might be buggered for 2 hours. But I know what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Right, so you can lose it. It can get destroyed, right? First and foremost. Secondly, if you're having a bad day and you don't write in it very well, and you can't read your own writing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's, for me, like, I haven't got very neat writing. So for me, like, that is a real problem that could occur. Thirdly, I don't know if there's a third point or if I just want to stick with those two massive key points.
Yeah, they are good points. They are good points. But then,
sorry. Thirdly, would be the data. So if you're not writing that data down somewhere in a list, I mean, if you wrote it on a list on paper, I guess it's no different. But you still got to then plug that into the computer. But you're not tracking your customers' details to the point where you can earn money out of it. And for me, like in this day and age, like you've got people that have got a business 10, 15 years old and they use pen and paper. I don't believe anyone can get past a certain point in business still working from pen and paper in this day and age.
Really?
Like if you started a bit, so like Jake started his business about 3 or 4 years ago, he's reaching that point now where he's going to be too busy to use pen and paper. And like, how's he going to share what he's doing that day with his staff member now?
Well, he's in the van with him.
Yeah, so what happens when he takes a second staff member on?
Well,
he's not in the van.
He'll have his own diary, won't he?
No, Jake would still deal with a diary. Staff member would deal with their own diary. It's your business, man.
Yeah, he'll tell him what his job is for that day, won't he? He'll get in the van and be like, right, today you're doing this.
Yeah, so what, he's going to run 2 people's diaries from one diary, or you're going to have two diaries on 2 bits of paper?
No, the guy wouldn't need a diary. Why would the guy need a diary?
No, Jake would need the diary.
Yeah, so where
he
did the
needs
second
the
one
booking
come from?
system because he's got a second person. So you're either writing 2 lots of people's diaries into one diary, or you've got to have 2 physical diaries and say, right, that's for you and that one's for me.
No, I don't think you need to at all. He'll turn up in the morning and he goes, what am I doing today? Right, oh yeah.
No, you're fucking missing the point, you retard. You fucking wind me up so much. Jake is the business owner.
I know Jake
right?
is,
His 2 staff members turn up in the morning and yes, he goes, right, that's your job, that's your job.
Yeah.
How is Jake managing that booking?
From his diary.
So he's writing 2 jobs in the one day.
Yeah.
But what if there's 5 jobs for each person? You can't fit 10 jobs on a fucking bit of paper, diary.
Why not? I don't understand what you're saying. You get an A4 fucking page a day.
Right, so you're going to fit the address, the customer's phone number, what they're having done, any special notes that you need to put on for each job.
Yeah, it's a fucking name and address keys and a telephone number.
No, it's not, bro.
Why is it not?
What if there's a special thing, right? Make sure you
can't eat nuts.
Make sure you fix this bit of guttering, or make sure you wipe down the seals the customer specifically asked.
Oh yeah, no, I think you're. I think you're just clutching at fuck all, mate.
I'm not clutching a fuck
all.
No,
I think you're making a fucking right move out of this.
All right, add another staff member to that, and there's now 3 staff members.
Oh, you know, it gets a bit silly now. Yeah,
but that's my point. You cannot get far enough in a business running on pen and paper. It has to go digital at some point.
What about if he writes really small?
Then you're going to run into the issue where you can't read your own writing.
No, I know what you mean. I think there's definitely a cap to it. I agree 100%.
That was my point. There's a cap to it.
Yeah.
Thanks for agreeing with me, Dan.
No, I know what you're saying, but you just went a funny way about it. You should have just said, like, if there was 25, blow it up massively. Say there's 25 people. Yeah, ain't going to work, is it?
Yeah, but then you're going to go, well, it's a bit ridiculous.
Don't be so fucking
Who's going to have that many people? I'm just saying, between 1 and 3 staff members, you've already outpaced your paper diary.
Yeah, totally.
And it just doesn't work.
Totally. No, I know what you're saying.
And then at that point, you've got to go digital.
But to be fair, the digital is, I don't know why you wouldn't go digital now. And it's not just the benefit of having, it's not a diary online. It's so much more than a diary online.
But you ain't using one yet, are you?
No, I'm not using one yet because I haven't got the rounds yet. But I will do.
But I don't think it's specific to rounds.
Do you not?
Of course it's not. Every industry uses CRMs.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. I know what you mean.
I used one for the photo booths.
Did you?
Yeah, and that was just one-off jobs.
But it was interesting because you have the data, but then also you can say, right, send an invoice to that person.
Yeah.
Then they get the invoice, and then you can shoot a night before text message, can't you? Saying, are you up? I'm joking. Saying,
what are you wearing?
Yeah, innit? I'll be round tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Make sure your husband's out.
Leave the back door open. Yeah. I mean, read into that what you will. But then also you can do follow-ups. You can do mass messages.
Yes, and I've started doing a review email after the job to try and build my reviews up. You can do campaigns on the one that I use, so you can do actual marketing campaigns within the software. It tracks all of your income You can input your expenses as well, so you could do all your accounting through that one bit of software.
Really? It's so clever.
If you put a little bit of effort in. But like the most important thing for me, like, and I think people fall short when they go, I'm not paying 40 quid a month for, like 40 quid a month, I'll spend that myself. I'd rather have the money and use my pen and paper. But that system saves me thousands of pounds a month.
Yeah. Man hours, isn't it?
Like one missed job, like that's your 40 quid gone. Or like you send, so I sent that, I know I keep talking about it, but it was just such a good success. That text I sent out in November about gutters and soffits and fascias that returned me 1,500 quid's worth of work.
Yeah.
Well, 40 quid a month is £800 a year, or £880 a year. 480 pound a year.
Is there 24 months in your year, Keith?
£480 in a year. Well, I've just tripled that with one text message. So I've paid for my system for 3 years.
Yeah, totally. Just on one text. It's beautiful, really. Isn't it?
And I cannot understand why people don't do it.
I think it's habit, isn't it? It's habit.
Comfort zone.
And okay, so I'll tell you another one as well, which I've suffered with massively, right? I've suffered with massively. There's probably a technical name for it, but I don't understand it. It's you never thought you would be as big as you are.
Yeah, I do.
Do you ever feel like that?
I hear that.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't personally feel like that because I always aim to look bigger than I am.
Yeah, I see what
That's
you mean.
from the beginning.
Is that why you stand on your tiptoes?
Yeah. So like the whole brand, like even with the podcast, where like he was like, we don't need a light, and I was like, bro, we need a light.
Yeah, it does look.
And it looks so much more professional. And like, if this wall wasn't here, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like World War III.
Yeah, it's just like an explosion of shit everywhere.
It is interesting. It is because it is almost the point of like, oh, I never thought I'm not going to do that. Do you know what I mean? Why would I need that?
I do understand that, but as well, right? So, my mum and dad have got a really good builder, and he, does all the kitchens, bathrooms at their house, and he'll come round and he'll quote it all up, and he'll send you an online quote, but then he'll book you into his paper diary.
Yeah,
it's old school. It's not, it's not a new thing. It's an old thing, and I think I think someone our age, in a family situation, and someone comes around, and they're a bit like not dressed that well, they're in their work clothes, covered in plaster or whatever, and they whip out a dusty old diary.
Yeah.
I personally would be like, don't want to go with this guy.
Yeah.
But if someone come around like with an iPad, and they were like, why don't we put your details in? Bosh, send you the quote, right, we're having this, and this.
Yeah.
I'd be much more inclined to use them. And I think as the generations get younger, as the generations go on,
yeah,
they're going to be looking for companies that are using more technology.
Yeah.
For more so for comfort zone, because that's what they know. Whereas I think you're a bit more old school, aren't you? So you'd probably look for someone who is a bit more old school.
Yeah,
I care about the technology side of things.
I think that's fucking wild what you just said.
Yeah, but you see where I'm coming from, though.
Yeah, but I think it's stupid, and I'm not even trying to throw shade. I think that's dumb.
No, I know.
Because it's all about his work, personally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it speaks volumes. Like I said,
but I think the way my brain works is if you're willing to invest money into a decent system with an iPad and you can send everything digitally, you care more about your work.
Yeah, there is.
You care about your reputation and how you come across towards the customer.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I know the old boy's attitude as well will also be like, it ain't broke, I ain't going to fix it.
Yeah. But
then
no one gets scammed by a company that comes around with with an iPad and a shiny new van and it all sign written. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The scammers are driving the beat up vans, using paper diaries and covered in sawdust.
Mate, Jake's going to take that personally.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. It's all about image and bits and pieces like that. But in terms of like, if I was having a kitchen fitted, and a guy turned around and he'd like turned over like a bit of paper and he started trying to sketch it and it looked like a fucking donkey's hind leg, I'd look at me like, maybe you're not the right man. If he brought around an iPad and said, right, what do you want? And then like laid it over, I'd be like, mate, this is insane. That's great.
Yeah.
But if a geezer was knocking on my door to plaster, And he's like, oh, hang on a minute, mate, let me just try and get my fucking GoPro. And we're like, you know what I mean? We'll do you a proper quote. And I'll be like, geez, you're a plasterer. Just like, you can do it by eye, can't you? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But I think maybe that's because you know how to plaster. I don't know how to plaster. If someone come round and looked at me in a room and went, yeah, 400 quid.
Yeah.
Or if someone come round and like measured it, then put it into an online quote and sent me an online quote,
yeah,
I'd think that's a hell of a lot more professional.
Totally. But yeah, no.
I appreciate plastering's plastering,
but there are more steps. You have jumped a few spaces
I'm not
forward,
I'm not disputing that the guy that's looked at the wall has got 40 years knowledge, knows what to charge, and will do an incredible job.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
But I'm just saying the reason we talk about this stuff is because we're trying to get people more work.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
And like, by the time you're 40 years down the line and you can look at a job and go, that's what it's going to cost me.
Yeah.
You probably don't need the work.
So so following on from what you said, it's a very good point what you said, right? And we are digressing a little bit from the diary, but mate, this is what
but it's all about the end goal.
The best thing I can recommend, which I learned from Ryan, I'm not trying to take it, is set prices. Yeah, and I'll tell you why it helps, right? So I know as a plasterer, I can walk in and I know I can do roughly 2 hits a day if I was to plaster. Yeah, that's generally how it goes, right? People do more, people do less, right? So I know roughly what I want a day, and then I know roughly what also I can do in a day. Yeah, so that's how I would price it. I could just do it off a picture, maybe. You know what I mean? All the rest of it. Set prices for things works incredibly. You come across so much more professional. Right, so the job I done today, soffit and fascia clean, gutter empty, and conservatory clean. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you know in your head you have set prices for them, and so do I now. Mm-hmm. So when they rung me and they said, "Oh, do you want to see some pictures?" I said, "No, it's irrelevant. It's the price is the price." Yeah. Fantastic. When I went round there, they went, "Yeah, it was you and another guy, but the guy wanted to see pictures. He was asking me this, he was asking me that," and I said, "Did he ring you?" He went, "No, he didn't even speak to me. It was all over WhatsApp." And I went, "I'll be honest, it's incredible what people are out there doing, right?" And then he said to me, how much to do the front garden and the back garden, right? Now, if I turn around and look around and go, mate, yeah, it's a bit big, innit? I don't know, call it 300 quid. How unprofessional is that?
Yeah.
Right? But I just whipped out the iPhone 7, my man. Done the old Google mappage, didn't I? Went, oh yeah, that's you, innit? Yeah, boom, measure. Came in, and it was like 300 and something quid. I said, there you go, mate, how's that sound? I said it was £304.25p or whatever it worked out to be. I went, there's your quote there, easy. And he went, oh mate, that's super, fantastic, yeah, cheers. And it just makes so much more sense.
You can't argue with it as well.
It's
like,
maths,
no
isn't
one can go, oh, we do it for this much.
Yeah.
So, no, like we charge per square metre.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not just pulling a number out of thin air.
Yeah, I've measured.
That I want to earn.
Yeah.
It's done on we've worked out how much it costs us to do the job and run our business, and then we've done a price per square metre.
It just makes so much more sense, and I think you come across unstoppable, mate.
It's just, I think I've always tried to remove any not the right word, but like remove any kickback. So if you call me up and you're like, well, I want a quote for my carpets, do you need to come around and see them? No, we charge per room.
Yeah.
How many rooms you got? And stairs and hallways are classed as one room. Cool, yeah, we've got upstairs hallway, downstairs hallway and stairs, one room. The lounge and, the dining room, 2 more rooms. So 3 rooms total is 120. Right, okay. There's no
arguing.
Yeah, it's not like I've gone like, what do you want cleaned?
Oh, is there coffee on that or blood on that?
Yeah, let me come round and measure it. I can't see you till next Friday.
Yeah.
And then they're waiting till next Friday for a quote, just for you to then go, it's a bit too much or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
And then they're umming and ahhing, and then they go with you, and they don't really want to go with you because they've waited all this time. Now they just want it done.
It's interesting.
And you're saving the customer's time as much as your own time.
Yeah.
And they do appreciate it. And the ones that don't, if someone's like, no, I really want you to come around and look at it, if it's worth it, then it's worth it.
I think a guy even hitting back on like a check trade inquiry or any inquiry on WhatsApp is wild.
I'd do that.
What, you don't even ring them?
I can't remember the last time I called a customer.
Mate, are you joking? I can't believe you even said that. And you're Mr. fucking business this, business that, as if you don't call them.
What, like it don't work?
Well, no, but I just find it wild.
Yeah, but like you're competing with me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to call them. I've got abundance of inquiries and I'm fully booked.
Yeah.
But like, you've got to stand out. Like, there's got to be a reason why they won't go with me, who's tried and tested. I've got all of my processes in place.
Yeah, so have I.
I've got a nice shiny van, sign written.
Yeah.
I've got loads of pictures of before and afters I can show them. I've got my set price.
I've got a CRM and all. I've got a paper diary.
No, but that's like, you're competing against me. So if we're going in at the same price, what are you doing over and above what I'm doing to win that job?
Yeah.
Well, you're calling them.
Yeah.
Because that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Because we're the same price.
Yeah.
We do the same job.
Yeah.
But I don't need to do that.
Well, no, if you feel like you don't need to do that, then that's on you.
I will start doing that once I go VAT registered, because I need to close more work.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I don't need to do it.
Yeah. No, it's listen, if you don't want to call them, that's absolutely fine. But like, but for me, if you're out there trying to get work and you're not, you know what I mean, and this
absolutely. As advice goes,
oh mate,
I would always advise someone to call the customer.
Right.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I don't do it at the moment.
No, I get it, right? But because I learned this from property, right? So now flip it, right? Let's say you wanted to spend. Yeah. So let's flip it, because I learned this from property. So if you flip it and now go, right, I've just got an inquiry. Guy wants to spend £3.2 million on a penthouse. Yeah. And I go, yeah, so I shot him a WhatsApp. My manager would have slapped the life out of me, mate. He would have been like, what, he wants to spend £3.2 million? And your comeback at that is a fucking text message.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. It's not that. It's more comfort. And when I speak to him on the phone, there's always so much more on the phone, yeah? So like, I can text my missus now and say, what's for dinner? And she might say spag bowl, right? But if I rung her and say, oh, babe, what are we having for dinner? Well, I might do a spag bowl, I might do a steak.
Yeah, I'm fucking texting, mate. I don't want that.
But do you see what I mean?
No, thanks.
And then it opens up. Like, when I speak to customers on the phone, they're always shocked how quick I answer. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, blimey, that was quick. You go, yeah, I like to keep on top of things because I get so many inquiries. Obviously, number one on that, you know what I'm saying? But... So I speak to them on the phone, and then when they're on the phone, they're like, oh yeah, like, I've just had a call. Someone said, like, he can seal it for like 50 quid. And I'm like, no, he can't. It's impossible. Yeah, unless you've got like 4 bricks, it ain't happening. Do you see what I mean?
I still think the sealer would be more money.
Yeah. And then you have a chat with them, and then, you know what I mean? You kind of build the first rapport. It always just gets off on the right foot for me.
Mate, you're preaching to the choir. I know all this.
No,
and like, when I was as busy as you are now, I was calling customers.
Yeah.
But
you're in the rarefied atmosphere now, son, aren't you?
I'm in a weird position where I'm like maxed out. My time's maxed out from 5:30 till like 6:30 when I get home. I'm working. I haven't got time to sit down and call customers, and I don't want to do that when I get home at 6:30. It's just not something I want to do. So during the day when I get inquiries, I'll ping them a text message and I'll start that conversation. I'll open the conversation. If I feel like that customer needs a visit or a phone call, which is quite rare, then I'll visit. But then, like, I'll get a bunch of inquiries that don't reply to me, which probably I should have called. But I'm fortunate enough where I don't think about them because I haven't got empty spaces in my diary. I don't get to a day where I've got a day off and I'm like, fuck, I need work. Yeah. If I get a day off, I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
Let me just like do some stuff that I haven't had time to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I might have a couple of jobs that I should follow up on. Like, I've got one big roof clean that I need to follow up on. I quoted him a long time ago, but I saw him on Friday at that wedding, and he was like, I'm thinking of having it done. So it's on my to-do list. But like, I want to sit down and properly email him because he's a very, very busy man, very wealthy customer. I'm not going to call him and waste his time. I'm going to email him with the quote that I sent before, say I'm happy to honour that price, even though it was 2 years ago I quoted him for that, before I'd even cleaned the roof.
Before you'd even done one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine cutting
I was shooting for the fucking stars, mate. It's $3,000.
Really?
Yeah. And there's the scrape and buy side as well.
Fantastic.
So I've got that job to follow up. But his information's in my CRM.
Yeah.
I haven't got a...
paper diary.
Yeah, I haven't got a paper diary in. I've got that quote because I sent it to him. I didn't like give it to him verbally or whatever. I've got all the information. And that was from 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, so it does pay. It definitely does pay, 100%.
But don't get me wrong. And if I employed, so like when me and you work together and we finish a lot earlier, I would then have afternoons to like call people, and I'm considering dropping a day of work as of next year, only working 4 days a week on the tools, and then that 5th day doing like
telemarketing.
Quotes. Yeah, quotes.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
Just marketing in general. Quotes.
What, do you get that many quotes, do you reckon?
I could fill a day with visiting, yeah. But I don't visit because I think it's a waste of time.
So why would you drop a day to waste your time?
Because I think I need to give the customers that are spending more than 300 quid more of my time.
Why? If you're closing them, why?
I'm not closing all of them, particularly the roof cleans.
Because
I think if someone's spending 1,500 quid, I should go around and see them.
Or at least call them.
Yeah. But I haven't been. And those higher ticket jobs I haven't been closing. But like for me, the 400 quid pressure wash is a low ticket job now. I can do 2 of them in a day. I could probably squeeze 3 in on longer days like this.
When you're up and running on with your van.
Yeah, so those sorts of jobs, and it's the wrong attitude to have. But I've worked hard for 3 years to get to the point where I've done, and I guess this is like the curse that everyone has. And they go, yeah, no, I'm busy now, I don't need to do it. But I do need to do it. But I just need to work out where's best to put my time. And
you need to box clever.
Yeah, and like, I've probably got enough customers in my CRM that I probably don't need to market anymore. I could probably send out a text every few weeks for something different, and just slowly I'll just get more and more work.
Do you reckon, yeah?
Yeah.
That's interesting you say that, because like ultimately you're self-substantial?
Self-sustainable.
Self-sustainable, yeah. That's actually a really interesting point you made there.
Yeah. I don't want to be self-sustainable, I want to grow. But if I was that way inclined, if I wasn't going VAT registered, that would be a good option for me.
But it's interesting you say that, because people watching this now, because what you can do is you can drop the marketing that you've already got, because ultimately it's done its job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you, Checkatrade?
At the moment, yeah.
So Checkatrade's effectively, you can go, right, if my CRM can keep itself ticking over with the windows and everything, and it's generating X amount, fantastic. Get rid of Checkatrade. I don't want any more from them.
Yeah.
Let's take that money and plug it somewhere else. So if it's £300 a month, that's what I'll pay. If it's 300 quid a month, you can then plug it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can plug it there, or you know what I mean?
Mate, I told you I tried to cancel Checkatrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I've removed the carpet cleaning.
Why?
And
you don't want to do it no more?
I don't want domestic carpet cleans. They're just ball ache. There's so much setup involved for like 80 quid.
I always thought that with carpet
It's
cleaning.
alright if you're doing like a whole house.
Yeah.
But I want commercial carpet cleaning more than anything. But that's going to be Google jobbing. I've changed a couple of postcodes. I've still got 3 postcodes on just for cleaning services. And they've given it to me half price for 2 months. But I haven't had a review for like 75 days.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll get 0 inquiries.
Yeah.
But like, this is my time's so sparse, especially it's more so because of the van build. It's taken up my time. I haven't had time to sit down and like, really, I want to like personally reach out to customers and say, would you mind giving me a review? But I've just pinged a few of them like an automated email, and they haven't reviewed.
Yeah, you need, guys, if you've got Checkatrade, you need to get the things up for sure.
As soon as I get one review,
it
pings you back to the top. It's back in the game.
Yeah, I need to get that from that customer today as it goes out to Checkatrade job.
But yeah, it's a slippery slope, Checkatrade. You've got to keep, like I say to everyone who, like, I get a lot of people, I'm not sure, I can't remember when I spoke about it. I think I spoke about it on Jake's live stream, and we've probably spoken about it on here a few times, but people always ask me about Checkatrade. And I highly recommend it, as long as you're willing to do the work.
Yeah.
You've got to keep up with the reviews and,
do you know what?
and the photos as well. But you haven't updated your photos in a while.
Yeah, of course I have, mate.
Have you?
Yeah, of course I have.
That's one thing I always forget. I've uploaded so many, now I forget to update.
Do you know what? I've been so busy with everything. I've noticed my Checkatrade inquiries have just taken an absolute nosedive. like some of the jobs coming through are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like especially for handyman as well. Like I had one the other day and it was something like, can you repair my garage roof because it's fallen through? I think, is that a handyman job, Keith? Or is that a fucking roof? Do you know what I mean? And I thought it's a little bit specific.
Yeah.
And then like one of them was, I've got, do you know what I mean? And then one of them was, I've got letters to go on a curved brick wall outside. So you can imagine it's like that, but each one's individual. And I just thought, that's going to be a nightmare. Do you know what I mean? And I'm looking at it thinking, this ain't like, mate, where did the flat pack go? I was loving the flat pack.
I guess so. It's good. It's good. I mean, getting inquiries.
Yeah, no, but sorry, what I was going to say was I haven't done one in ages.
No.
I haven't done one in a very long time.
I've not even had an inquiry in a month, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, it's been really bad.
And it's almost beautiful though that if I was doing what I'm doing now with Checker Trade 10 months ago, I'd be panicking Skywalker.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, no, just get rid of that. I don't want that job.
That's what I mean.
It's like
you're not even replying, let alone calling them.
Yeah.
So at least I reply to all my inquiries.
Reply and say what? I don't want to do the job.
No, I'll reply to every single one of them.
Say what?
And say, give me some more information.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because sometimes what they put on Checker Trade isn't.
Makes sense.
It doesn't equate to what they actually want done.
That's very true. I've noticed that as well. Yeah.
They think they're saying the right thing, but they're not. So I always follow up, and then occasionally I'll say, look, job's not for me. I've done that a couple of times, especially when they want their driveway cleaned and sealed, and I say to them, like, what's the reasoning behind wanting it sealed? Oh, my son-in-law told me I needed it done. Okay, right.
Wait till you get a quote, mate.
Let me educate you.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely not sealing your driveway.
Or they see the quote and they go, yeah, I've changed my mind now.
Yeah. I don't even quote sealing.
I just say if you want it done, it's double. I just say if you I won't do it, but I'll say, look, it's coming in.
What would you
double.
do if they said yeah?
Well, no. What I mean is, I'll word it in a way that I'll say I won't do it. I just want to educate you. In order for me to buy the stuff, it's probably just going to be double, and that's
it's
before
a little bit more than double because I think the going rate, as far as I'm concerned, and what I've learned, is for the application you charge the clean price.
Yeah.
Plus the sealer.
That's giant money.
Yeah.
That's enormous, isn't it?
Yeah. But then, like, people using these like cheap ones from Screwfix to seal your driveway, and that's why it's like anything going in.
Well, what's a good one then?
The good ones are like £90 a barrel, aren't they? I'm sure they are. They're expensive, and that covers like 30 square metres.
I used one once on my driveway at home. My mum's driveway. I cleaned it all.
No wonder that's why she don't love you, innit?
No, and then
fucked it up.
Mate, I sealed it and I bought some sealer. Mate, I must have done about 250 quid on sealer.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, you didn't even know I sealed it. And I looked at it and I thought, is this all just run through the cracks? Have I done something wrong here, mate? It made no sense to me.
Yeah, I just think like, not that we want to get into sealing because it's a whole conversation on its own, but I just think like it's got to be dry for like 4 days, really. Like, if you don't want it to go wrong, it's got to be dry for 4 days. The amount of people on Facebook I see, I've sealed this patio and it's all gone white. Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah, it's moisture, isn't it? Yeah.
But like, it can look dry, it can be dry, but there still be moisture. Then like, really, you need like a moisture meter so you can check it. Like, and imagine you've driven all the way to the house to seal it, you put your moisture meter down and it's still wet.
Soaked, yeah.
And like, then you got to go back, and then you just a wasted journey.
I don't think sealing is you're not getting the most bang for your buck.
Doesn't do anything.
Do you know? No. I mean, like spending my time.
For you,
what I mean?
if you get it right, it's brilliant money.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Like, but that's why people do it. But like, what does it doesn't like? And argue with me in the comments if you want. What does it do for the customer?
I don't like the fact that if you seal it and you seal it liberally or whatever you want to say it, you get puddles and everything. It just don't make any sense to me.
So yeah, if you seal it with that sealer,
yeah,
you get puddles in your driveway,
and it looks plastic,
and the weeds grow and it makes it all wobbly, and you get dips and troughs. If you don't use that type of sealer, the weeds still grow through. I think the only reasonable thing that you can say that it's good for is if your car has an oil leak, you can wipe it up. It doesn't soak into the brick. But like, imagine spending $6 bills or whatever on your driveway being sealed just in case
your car leaks oil. Stupid, mate.
On that note, we're going to say goodbye. And remember, stay cleaning. You bish?